Hello, everyone. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Rashawn Giles. I'm a senior administrative assistant in Beyond Barnard for the Comms and Ops department. I oversee student employment and all things Workday as it relates to student hiring and onboarding and getting you all paid. Um, we're here today to talk about working as a student in campus roles, just a general overview of things, and we'll allow some space for questions at the end. Um, yeah, so let's get started. So identifying campus roles and um, where to find them. So Workday is our platform for all Barnard on-campus roles. Um, that includes um, that includes jobs on campus and any federal work study off-campus positions in case you are working for one of our federal work study partners. Handshake is where you'll find off-campus roles like babysitting and internships. So be sure to look out in Handshake for opportunities like that. There are lots of babysitting opportunities to take advantage of. And then networking. So networking with faculty and staff, pop-in inquiries, follow-ups after applying to jobs are um, those are good ways that networking can take place. So the student employment life cycle starts with an application to a job, then an interview by a department, um, then an offer to a position. Um, and after that, you're hired, um, likely hired in Workday. Um, and then after that, you would be onboarded. So getting in all of your tax documentation, verifying those tax documents with IDs, and all of that good stuff. Then you move on to enter time if you're an hourly student worker not being paid by stipend, and then payroll, so actually getting the money that you've earned in your position. And then once your job is over, you'll be terminated or will have your additional job ended. Um, it is possible to have multiple jobs on campus. This isn't something that we necessarily encourage, but Everybody's in different stages of their student career and uh, also different financial situations. So you are allowed to have multiple jobs if that's the route that you want to take. Um, and then the three different pay types are hourly, where you enter your time into a timesheet and get paid for the individual hours that you work at an hourly rate. One-time payment, so one lump sum payment will be delivered to you on a specific date specified by your supervisor. And then there's also period activity pay, which is a stipend paid over several different pay periods. So those are the different pay types. All right, so getting into Workday. Workday is our platform for student employment. This is sort of what the home screen looks like. You can see the Workday homepage. Sorry, the Workday homepage. In the top left-hand corner, we have global navigations that will take you to all of the apps that are available to you. You can preview your inbox actions in the center of the screen underneath awaiting your action. You can search for just about anything in the Workday search bar, whether it's the name of someone in the Workday system or a task that you need to complete. And in the top right-hand corner, you have your Workday notifications for things like cases that you create in Workday, your Workday inbox, which will have tasks for you to complete, like onboarding tasks, things like that. And so that's the start of Workday with the homepage screen. This is sort of what your inbox will look like. These pictures were taken a while ago, so things operate a little bit differently, but the gist is still the same. You have your actions, things that you can take action on immediately in your inbox. And then you have your archive, things that you have taken action on in the past in case you need to look something up. This is what my inbox looked like. So the tasks are a little bit different from what a student might see. But the concept is still the same in that you have actions that you need to take action on, and then you have your archive, things that you've already accomplished in Workday. So I'll take you to the Workday system now. And like I mentioned before, this Workday search bar is a pretty nifty tool that allows you to search for just about anything. So if I needed to add payment elections, I could search add payment elections in the Workday search bar. And the first task that comes up will take me to update those payment elections. And I'll cancel that right now. I'll also show you all where to find help articles and how to open a case. So if you go to the menu on the left, excuse me, on the left-hand side, and then go to help, we have an entire section dedicated to Beyond Barnard and student employment. So if you click Beyond Barnard student employment and then click view more down at the bottom, This takes you to all of the articles that we have for student workers and hiring, including an FAQ for student workers, how to enter time, things like that. And you can navigate to the case creation system directly from this page. I click and create case. Or like I mentioned before, you can also access this through the Workday search bar. I type in create case. Takes you to the case creation scene. It will create the case for you. So your name will be entered here. You can create this about someone. So if you're creating it about someone else, you can enter their name here. The case type that you'll select will be most likely Beyond Barnard student employment. If it's a payroll specific question, like you're wondering why your direct deposit didn't go through, or something of that nature, you could select the case type payroll for inquiries about your pay. But in general, you can select Beyond Barnard student employment for anything, and it can get you routed to the right place. A case title serves similarly to an email subject line. So you just give a brief summary of what your case's title case should be titled about, and then a detailed description of that case. So this is where you let it all out and share with us what's going on and what you need help with. And then there's another section for add required details to sort of help us understand what issue you are having trouble with. So you'll select something from the student worker category and click OK. And then after that's all completed, all the red asterisks are completed, you can just click create case. It'll assign you a case number that you can then track and wait for responses to. Okay, so the student job search is pretty straightforward. First starts off with searching for a job. So we'll start by navigating to where the jobs are in Workday. So if you click the menu on the top left-hand side in Workday, then go to the career app, and then click find jobs -student. You'll find the Workday career portal for students, and all of the jobs that are available to students at that time will be posted. So feel free to apply to anything that piques your interests or suits your skills. Yeah. When applying for a job, you want to develop a clear and targeted resume and cover letter. And certainly meet with an advisor if you need any help with that. Beyond Barnard office is staffed with plenty of advisors that are well equipped with helping you out there. Apply early and often, so submit as many applications as you feel called to, and apply early. As soon as you see something posted, go ahead and submit. Follow up with a personal note. So feel free to introduce yourself saying, hi, my name is such and such. I recently applied to this position. wanted to know more about the position. And it's always a um, good best bet to put your foot forward as best as you can. Always send a thank you note after an interview. This really helps solidify the presence that you presented during the interview, and is a great follow-up um, skill to practice for interviews. If an on-campus role doesn't work out, consider the Beyond Barnard internship program, and then look ahead to paid summer research opportunities, or apply for off-campus positions. You're certainly not restricted to only applying to jobs on campus. So in Workday, this is what a job posting will look like. So after you're in the job portal for students, you just click the orange apply button. When you go to the career app, there's and click on more options, there's a My Applications tab that will show you what applications you've applied for, and it'll show you the date applied, candidate stage, so where you are in the process, the job requisition, the department, the hiring manager. So this is where you can get the information of a hiring manager in case you want to reach out, the location, and then the recruiter. So now we get into hiring. So after you've gotten a job on campus, woohoo, it's time for you to accept an offer. That offer will come to your Workday inbox. So be diligent about checking your Workday inbox for any sort of offer letters. Onboarding, so you'll use a checklist that I'll show you in just a second. But basically that checklist consists of verifying your social security number and address with the registrar's office to make sure that it comes into Workday properly. Otherwise, you risk not being paid. Review documents. So this is your offer letter. It comes as a review document step in your Workday inbox. It's also your wage acknowledgement, where the college is officially notifying you of what your wage will be for your job on campus. That also comes as a review document step. You'll complete your I-9 form in Workday, which verifies your citizenship and identity. And then you'll present ID documents in person at Beyond Barnard to verify that I-9. Your W-4 and direct deposit enrollment will also happen in Workday. So complete federal withholdings is the task in Workday for the W-4. That determines what taxes are taken out of your pay. And then your direct deposit enrollment or payment elections can be found in Workday to designate what bank account you would like to have your checks sent to every 2 weeks. International students should check in with ISS, International Student Services, to apply for a social security number should they need one. If you already have one, great, but if you don't, you're definitely going to need to have one in order to be paid for a job on campus. So be sure to check in with ISS about that. So I'll take you now to our student jobs webpage, which has links to Workday and Handshake. So this link will take you to Workday. This link will take you to Handshake. It's good to know that. The payroll schedule for the academic year is here. And so you'll note that student due dates are on Wednesdays. Then the following day, supervisors' due dates are on the Thursdays afterwards. And then on Fridays, the following Fridays are your student pay days. The onboarding checklist can be found here. And I will also go over it here. So first you're gonna basically do all the things that I just outlined. Especially ensuring your social security number and permanent home address are up to date. Those are very, very important. So feel free to take a glance here. Okay, now time entry. So if you have a job that pays by stipend, either a one-time payment or period activity pay, your job does not require time entry. So there's no need for you to enter any time for any job that is paid by stipend. Please do not enter time if you are being paid by stipend. I can't stress that enough. So deadlines and locked periods. So like I mentioned before, student deadlines are on Wednesdays for entering time. So if you are in an hourly job and you do need to enter time, you have until that Wednesday evening to enter your time. I believe it's 5 p.m. that it locks. And you don't enter it before that time period, you'll be locked out of your timesheet for about a week while payroll is being processed. So unfortunately, you missed that. You missed that deadline. You'll have to wait until the very next pay period to enter those hours and be paid for that time. Manager approvals are very crucial. They take place the day after the student deadlines on Thursdays. It's important that your manager approves your time because otherwise you won't be paid. And now entering time for previous periods, it can be done. And as soon as you know that you missed your time or whatever the case may be, you definitely want to enter that time as soon as possible. But we want to make sure that students are applying, are submitting their time as soon as it comes in, or as soon as they work it, just because it sort of complicates things when we have to submit retro hours. So now I'll take you to Workday again. And this time, time for a worker. So the task that you all will enter to enter time is actually called Enter My Time. I chose Enter Time for Worker because I want you all to see what a student's timesheet looks like. So this is one of our students in Beyond Barnard. You basically just go to your timesheet. You click on the timesheet on any given day. You'll enter the time that you got there, the time that you left, and then you'll want to make sure to hit review and submit to make sure those hours are submitted. And then they'll show as approved, a nice green check mark. And if submitted on time, you should be good to go for the next payday. I'm going to delete this time block. It's important to note that when you're entering time, you can't enter more than 6 hours without a break. So be sure to go over that with your supervisors if you're scheduled for large time blocks, that you have a break scheduled, so that you don't run into issues with your time card. Now with pay results and pay slips, you can view the breakdown of your different pays for each pay period in the Pay app in Workday. So you'll navigate to the menu or type in the Workday search bar Pay, and the first tab that comes up is what will show you your pay results and your pay slips. Pay results and these are your breakdowns of payments submitted to you. Terminations and job endings, there's nothing really that students need to do. You just need to be aware that at a given point in the semester or academic year after your job is ended, you'll be listed as terminated. And if you need to be rehired for a position, your supervisor will need to go into Workday and rehire you because you were terminated. So yeah, nothing to fear there, just to be something to be mindful of. Okay. And so like I mentioned before, there's a Workday help space, and with lots of links to sort of shepherd you all through different processes for Workday with student workers. You can also create a case in Workday or email Beyond Barnard if you need support. Now, I want to open the floor up to you all and see if you have any questions. Questions? Oh, I'm getting some questions in the chat, so I'll start there. If we apply for off-campus, if students apply for an off-campus job, for on-campus jobs, at what point should we expect a response? Should we be following up after applications? Yes, I recommend following up after any applications that you submit. The timeline can be whatever you're comfortable with. There isn't a set, by day 3, you should follow up with your the hiring manager for the position that you applied for. Now, just whenever you're comfortable, feel free to send a follow-up response. I believe Barnard students can apply for campus jobs at Columbia. How you're employed depends on what sort of setup they have available for hiring Barnard students. So they will either hire you as a casual employee, which just means that they'll put you on Columbia payroll as a Barnard student. Or if their department at Columbia that you're working for is one of our federal work study partners, or wants to be one of our federal work study partners, that department can sign an agreement with Barnard to pay a portion of your salary, of your wage And then the rest of your wage can be covered by a federal work study award. Now, you do need to have federal work study in order to take advantage of this sort of setup, um, but it is a great opportunity for federal work study students. If the department would like to participate. Questions? If there are no more questions, um, it's been great chatting with you all. I hope this has been informative enough. This recording will be made available to all students. And yeah, good luck with the start of your semester.